Hey, shalom. Welcome back. Here we are again, a new week. We are working through with our Listen and Learn Hebrew series, the book of Shoftim, that's Judges. So today, for this lesson, let's start with chapter 4, verse 20. And I just want to extend my sincerest blessing on everyone that you would really, really love learning Hebrew, and it would bring you closer to Hashem, to God, and to His words by understanding what those words mean and not depending on someone else to filter the words for you. All right, so here it is. I will scan the verse first and then we will translate. ויאמר אליה עמוד פתח האוהל והיה אם איש יבוא ושאלך, ושאלך ואמר היש פה איש ואמר iron. Okay. All right, let's go to the first word and pick it apart. Vayomer. Well, we know that. And he said, this is Sisera speaking, El, Aleph Lamed, unto Ha, that's her. Vayomer Eleha. And he said unto her, Amod, stand, Ayin, Mem, Dalet. And this is interesting. We would have expected a Yod after this because he's giving it's the imperative form. He's giving a command to a woman. So we would expect there to be a Yod at the end. But this is Sisera. Maybe this is just how he speaks. So I feel like the text really has captured what he's saying. So that's kind of nice. So stand, Amad, Ayin Mem Dalet, Petach HaOhel. So here we have a construct chain. The last word is definite, so the whole chain is definite. The Petach, the entrance of the Ohel, the tent. Haya, hey, yod, hey, means it was usually. This is a perfect form of the verb, but we have our vav conversion that changes the aspect, so it makes it imperfect, which oftentimes is a future. So this feels to me like, I didn't check the Greek, but it's probably subjunctive mood, like if will be, right? Or should there be, v'haya, should there be, im, aleph mem, if, ish, a man. Should there be if a man? So it's feeling kind of subjunctive to me. It's okay if you don't know what that means. It's just conditional, right? Like something may happen. Yavo. He will bo. Beit vav aleph. He will enter. So if a man will enter. V'haya. If it shall be that a man will enter. That's how I would translate. U she'el cha. She'elech. Okay, so sha'al is the verb. Shin, aleph, lamed, and that's ask. It's so Shin aleph lamed is asked. Vav conversive, and she'el, he will ask, eich, you, right? So who? Ish, yavo, a man who enters the tent. Amar, then aleph mem resh, amar. Now this again is a little bit, well, it feels run-on-y, right? In English. So, and amar, he will say, hayesh po ish. Okay. This hey here, I've kind of made like a brown background on it. That is the hey interrogative, right? So this is our equivalent of a question mark of sorts. Okay, that's the hey there. So yesh, yod shin means literally exists. And just a moment for Russian speakers. Для русских говорящих есть что-то на русском, который похож на ha. Есть на русском. There's a particle in Russian that's the same thing as yesh. Похож на yesh, я имел в виду. So ha-yesh, does there exist, literally, po, here, ish, a man, ve'amar, And she'll say you, ayin. Aleph Yod Nun. There's not. There is not. All right, let's read through that again. Try to translate before I do. Vayomer, and he said, Eleha, El, Aleph Lamed, El, unto ha, unto her. Amod, Ayin Mem Dalet. Again, speaking weirdly, we would have expected a yod at the end, talking to a woman. Stand. Petach ha'ohel. So the idea is presumably be petach ha'ohel, at the entrance of the tent. Vehaya. I'll just be literal here, okay? And it will be im ish. Aleph mem im, if ish. Aleph yod shin for our auditory learners. A man, yavo. He will come, he will enter. And it's interesting, there's maybe a little bit of emphasis here because usually the verb would be first, right? But here we have ish coming first. So if a man, so if there's a woman coming, whatever. If a man, yavo, you can see his concern, will enter, ushe'eleich, and he will sha'al, shin aleph lam, and he will ask, eich, you. That's the feminine form. So he's using the feminine form here, just not in the command form. So I think this is just how he speaks. There's some grammarians will go on and commentators will go on why is it like this and not like that over there, but it's just a lot of times it's just the way that someone speaks. The Bible is accurately capturing their speech. Amar, and he will amar. Aleph mem resh, he will say, ha yesh po, does there exist po here, pehe, ish, a man? So is there a man here is really what's asking. He's being asking, right? Ve'amar tu, but that's a silent tav. I'm just trying to make the low voice. Ve'amart, and you shall say, ayin, aleph, yod, nun. Not ayin like the letter ayin, but ayin, aleph, yod, nun. Nun. There is not. There is not. Okay? Good. Let's go to the next verse. And we'll work through 21a now, and that's probably all we're going to get through with this lesson. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, it's kind of long. Okay. All right. 21a, meaning the first half of 21, because it's quite long. I'll scan this. Vatukach Yael Eshet Chever Et Yitad HaOhel Vatasem Et HaMakevet Biyadah Vatavo. All right. I just noticed I didn't mark this guy. Chever is a name. So I meant to make that gray. Oh, it's very hard to draw neatly now because there's a delay hooked up to my computer. It delays the drawing sometimes. I'm having that delay now. So sorry for the sloppiness. Maybe I'll just do the hate there, okay? This is taking way too long. Wow, even that's not finishing coloring. You get the idea. It's a name, okay? All right. Vatukach. Then you, I'm sorry, not you. Then she took. The verb is lakach. I drew the missing lamed there so you can see the mystery of the dagesh, why we have that dot. So til kach became tik kach. The tav could mean you talking to a man, but it's clearly she because the next word is Yael, which is the feminine name. Okay, so ti kach Yael means Yael, she will take or she is taking. Okay, but we have evolved conversive. Dun, 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 dun. That's what's happening with the. If you're watching the little glowing vav there, that changes the aspect. So instead of she is taking or she will take, it becomes perfect. And she took. Or then she took. Vatikach Yael. Then Yael took. You don't have to over translate and say she took. Yael, she took. Don't do that. And actually, there's more to the subject here. I was zoomed in, so I missed it. So here's the subject, all of this. Yael Eshet Cheder. So that Eshet Cheder is a construct chain. The last word's a name, so we're going to say the on the first part. So Yael, the, and this word in the absolute is Isha. The Isha, the wife of Hever. That's the guy's name, her husband's name. So Vatikach Yael Eshet Hever. Then Yael, the wife of Hever, took, what did she take? Et, we don't translate. Yetad Haohel. Okay, I fixed this. What happened? Maybe I added the wrong image or something. I fixed that. Oh, that's annoying. For some reason, the val pointer got pushed over, and I don't even know what happened. And it should have been over here. We'll just leave it where it is. But let me fix it at least, make it red like we expect. Sorry about that formatting error. No, it's not a furtive comments. There's no such thing. It should have been here. Okay, let me just clarify. Strange. Okay. So again, construct chain, right? We've got the ohel, the ohel. So the tent. And since that's the last word in the chain, we can say the on the first part. So the tent peg, the peg of the tent. That's yatad ha ohel. Let me mark this for you here. This word in the absolute, it's yated. So you see how the vowels have changed? The comments became a schwa. Or you can just hear it. Ya-tad became yatad. Okay? And the tsere, the aid, became a patach, an ah. Finish drawing, finish drawing. There we go. All right, just in case you're wondering. I can't draw on it when it's zoomed in, so sorry. I have to zoom out first and then I can draw. I am believing for us to reach many, many more viewers this year. Please agree with us in prayer. I want everybody learning the Holy Long. The Holy Long. I was thinking tongue and language at the same time because it's La Shon. La Shon HaKodesh. The tongue of holiness, literally. But the holy language. I really want you to learn this, you know. Many years ago, I had the idea for Holy Language Institute as a title, but I was too abashed to use that title when we started up our YouTube channel because it kind of implies there's a lot of people working here, right? So I'm not going to call myself an institute right now. But it really is my vision. I really hope we can have that happen eventually. Here in the Philippines, we're going to have a place where people can come and learn, and also an online international community that it will receive the respect it should. As my friend Joshua in the UK, shalom to you, Joshua. Joshua Shabo. I really agree with his statement that he says that all Christians should also learn Hebrew. So it's not just a Jewish thing. All Christians should also learn Hebrew. That you should really embrace your heritage. It's your spiritual heritage. Whatever flavor of Christianity, it came out of Judaism. They're all like kind of like sub groups from Judaism. So why give up the holy tongue, the language of the prophets? It's just so amazing. So please agree with us that we'll reach lots of people and there'll just be such earnest interest. And I would really, maybe we'll call it Lashon HaKodesh because I mean the Lashon HaKodesh Institute. I don't want to. I think there might be somebody else out there that has that name. I suggested it to someone some years back that they name their thing that. So I don't want to give more details. I don't want to embarrass anybody. So, but I'm very glad they've been very successful with that. So Baruch Hashem, blessings to that guy. Okay, so Yated became Yatad. Yatad ha ohel b'yayin hara. So the tent stake of the tent. Right? We would just say maybe the stake of the tent, not meaning beef. So she grabs it. Here it happens. It's gonna happen. The plot thickens. V'tasem. So v'tasem. Now the verb is actually seem. Seen, and there's a yod. Yod that should be in there. Yeah, I labeled this ahead of time. I must have made a mistake and imported the wrong image. I remember doing all that. So seem, like seem shalom. So that's the verb. It's seen, not sheen, seen, yod mem, seen, to set, to place, or to give. All right? It's a hollow verb, so the yod is gone. That's why it's not there. And then we have the affix ta. So ta can either mean you or she. Of course, it's she. We're talking about Yael. So ta sem means she is placing or giving, or she will place, she is giving. But then we have the vav conversive, da 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 da. If you're a visual learner, our neon green vav, as opposed to just the normal darker green vav. And the dagesh in that first tav is part of that signature vav, patach, dagesh. So ta sem, which is an imperfect, like an incompleted state. Well, that's why it's usually an ongoing present or a future, although sometimes it's past. It's now going to change from the vav conversive. The vav conversive will convert it to be a perfect. So vata sem becomes and she placed or gave, but I think you'll see that placed makes more sense here. What did she place? We're almost done. Oop, I'm a little bit long now. Sorry about that. Oh, there's some colors there that should not be there. Let me fix that. Come on, the yellow one doesn't want to delete. Whatever. Et. She placed et. Ha-ma-kevet. The makevet. Makevet, it's like a little hammer. Like a jewelry hammer, something like this. Ha-makevet. The makevet. The workman's hammer. Oops, go back. She placed the workman's hammer. Beyada. It sounds so gingerly. She's like taking the hammer, placing it in her hand, in the hand of her. So in her hand, in yad, hand of her, in her hand. Vatavo, and she entered. All right, I know we're a little long. Let me pause and delete some of these things. There we go. Well, looks much better. Okay, I'm going to read, and you try to translate before I do, and then we'll get to our next lesson. Vatikach, and she lakach. Who's the she? Yael. Eshet chever. So, and or then, Yael, the isha, the wife of chever, she took. Et yetad ha-ohel. The yated, the stake of the ohel, of the tent. So a tent stake. Vatasem. And she seemed, she placed it, et, what did she place? Sorry, not the tent stake. Hamakevet, the small hammer, the workman's small hammer. Beyada, it's probably the hammer they used to put the tent stakes in, right? In her hand. Vatavo, then she entered. And you have to stop there, check in with our next lesson to see what happens next. Oh! See you there.